I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't sell rugs. So, unless you're growing it yourself, you have to go to a guy and you have to pay him money to give you some rugs. But they don't belong to you. No, you have to sell them for him. But the guy you bought them from tells you how much to sell them for. If he tells you you have to sell them for $5 a gram and he gives you 25 grams of rugs, that's what you have to come up with when it's time to pay up. The only way you're going to make money is if you charge customers far more than $5 a gram. But the likelihood that you are going to find some goofballs that are willing to buy that $25 sack for $50 instead when they can get it from anywhere else is slim to none. You're going to have to find you some people who don't get it, or you're going to have to finesse. You're going to have to start selling the crumbs, calling it shake, which nobody wants that. Or you're going to have to put some oregano in the bag, which I strongly advise against that. Or you're going to have to act like you're getting the measurements wrong. And even if you get the measurements wrong, you're not going to make that much more money. This is why rug dealers call themselves hustlers. Is because they have to finesse and finagle everybody around them, including the person that they got the rugs from initially. Because the fact is, none of the money that they make belongs to them. Like 90% of it belongs to the guy they got the rugs from. Now, if they have a time limit to which they have to sell these rugs, they're going to have to finesse this guy into letting them hold on to this money longer. Now, obviously, if you plan on paying some types of bills, then you're going to have to use the money that you make and then make that money back in time to give it back to this guy. Then couple that with the fact that the police are on your ass more than likely. You're risking your safety, your freedom, your standing in society, all for what? I remember I was talking to this dude in college, and he told me that the last job he had was 7 years ago at Jimmy John's. He was like 30 something. That's just not smart. That gap in your resume is going to come up in every single interview that you have. Then he used to do weird stuff like people would give him money and then he would act like he didn't know what type of change to give them so that he can keep like $5 and $10 here and there. If you just want the freedom of not having to work for an employer and clocking in, just say that. But honestly, that freedom literally might cost you your freedom. Or you might get lucky and be free for the rest of your life and never have to worry about working a job ever again because they won't be hiring you.